And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Yo, what is going on, guys? What is going on? Make sure everything's working for us as far as speakers. Let us know. We have not been here in quite some time. If it is working properly and you can't hear me, welcome to another live episode of Learn Crypto. Yes, we are 6 hours earlier than usual, but got off work a little early. Wanted to get here, do a show for you guys as with the holidays, Christmas Eve, etc. We have not been live in 4 or 5 days. But the market really hasn't been doing too much. We've been pretty active on Twitter and Discord as well for any questions. But now it is your time for all the free information you want. Feel free to ask questions in the comments section. And let's get started. What you got going on, Todd?
Oh, not too much. Software working perfectly now. Should be able to get it ready for subscribers. It's gathering data and going back in time, etc. So excited about that after a year delay.
Looks like we're catching a lot of people off time. The Outlaw Preacher saying daytime got me all flustered. Well, here you go. This is an opportunity for those of you in other parts of the world with different schedules to catch us live if you are tuning in. Hopefully more start to come in here as we continue to speak. Todd did just post a new recorded stock video, so that probably used up our notification quota. If you want to make sure not to miss shows, because YouTube is pretty picky with their notifications they send out, make sure to follow either both of us or myself, not Todd, on Twitter. As you can see there on the bottom left, we always tweet before we go live. And of course, if you're a Patreon member, Discord member, etc. So let's get started. What's going on over here? Been a few days. Let me see if I can get the chat box in here. All right, we'll get that on the screen for you guys. Market cap is up to $129.2 billion. Bitcoin dominance sliding like 2.5% since we were live last. That is because we have seen some nice rallies and nice runs out of some of our favorite altcoins. XRP exploded on rumors of Binance adding an XRP trading pair. We had that over in Discord, and yes, that is becoming a reality, so it has moved even higher with CZ from Binance confirming those rumors. This will provide more volume to XRP as people would be doing arbitrage trades with BTC, XRP, and Ethereum trading pairs, and gives XRP another use case as people now can trade directly from XRP to other cryptocurrencies. We've also seen nice rallies out of Ethereum over the weekend. Ethereum Classic over the weekend and today, and Bitcoin Cash as well. So let's see here. Bitcoin is up 1% today at $3,800. XRP a little red, but like we said, has been having a nice rally in USD value and Satoshi value for sure, up to 37 cents. Ethereum $130 with a high of somewhere around, what was it, $150 a day ago or something like that. Bitcoin Cash still sitting at 174. EOS up 3.55% to $2.58. And the list goes on. We're seeing a little bit of red, a little bit of indecisiveness here in the crypto market. We'll see what Todd thinks of the charts as we go here and start looking at some of them. Is the lows in on these cryptocurrencies? Are we going to be in a trading rage and explode higher? Well, we'll see what the probabilities are of that here in a second. The biggest winner for the day is Ethereum Classic up 11.3%. Everybody thought Ethereum Classic was dead when it was sitting around $3. A quick 80% rally off the lows there for Ethereum Classic, moving higher once again today. Linkkey, Polymath, and Holochain. Honorable mentions here for the top gainers in the top 100. All right, Todd, it's on you. What's going on with the charts? Then we'll get into some crypto news and fundamentals and see what the chat box is talking about.
All right, in front of us we got the Pulse of the Market crypto software showing the last couple of buys we had down at the lows when we liked them down there at 3,200. We've had some nice green bars off the low. You can see here 6 days off the low. And then I think we've just really done a regular flat correction, just kind of an ABC sideways. Technometer's at 42, so not oversold. Might be hard to get that because the OP here is really flatlining as well. So I still like the action. If you go back to the trading view chart, here it is broke down on a 1 hour basis. So kind of hard to read if you're doing any Elliott wave. I do like the idea though that I think we've had just a 1-2 here. The only thing that bothers me a little bit is the shorts and the longs here. The red is the shorts. They have came off as we rally, but here in the last day or so, shorts have not piled on like I thought they might, more so. But the longs have came off quite a bit, and they're not chasing it either. So I'm still liking these things short-term, keying off really the low we just made. Now here's Litecoin. We did mention it. I mentioned it in Discord just, like 3 hours ago. I kind of liked it down here when it took out these lows. So that could be spring and an uptrend. So we've got the uptrend off the lows. We're springing this 29.54 level. So again, here in Discord, I put in, I would buy and use a stop. If you look at the volume, kind of interesting here because this rally did not have volume behind it, which kind of makes that look like a B wave. And then we've had selling coming in since then, but really price is still holding the levels I just showed, that 29.50 level. So I think Litecoin could be interesting here for just a short-term trade.
Shout out to those of you in Discord who, if you took that trade, you're already up 75 cents per Litecoin currently.
And here's an interesting Ethereum. I mean, down here at 82 or so, looked like things were dismal. And then really we do a quick double. So I'll show that on the software here in a little bit. But as I said earlier, the software is working extremely good now. We're able to go back in time. It's grabbing it off my Amazon server. So finally pretty happy about that after months of delays. So we'll come back to the software when Nick does a couple news items.
Sounds good. Somebody's asking, well, what's the news with Litecoin, quote, steps into the Octagon? Well, literally, quite literally, Litecoin steps into the Octagon and is onto the global stage at UFC 232, Jones versus Gustafsson. This is occurring this Saturday, December 29th. It is a pay-per-view event. This is going to be John Jones' first fight back, arguably the best fighter ever to exist. Had some drug issues. This is going to be his first fight back. On top of that, Cyborg is going to be fighting on the women's card as well. So this is going to be a big main street card here for UFC. A big deal pay-per-view. And apparently Litecoin is going to be sponsoring this event. That means that the Litecoin logo and Litecoin Foundation will be seen on the canvas of the Octagon as well as throughout the arena. So we will see what happens here. Now, what does this mean for Litecoin? Global awareness with UFC events like this receiving millions of users. Oh, man, I can't talk today. Millions of viewers having the Litecoin logo displayed on the Octagon's canvas gives LTC global awareness that can spark interest and drive engagement with people from all walks of life who may have never heard of Litecoin or cryptocurrency before. Future possibilities. We view this sponsorship as the first step to what will hopefully be a long, fruitful relationship with UFC. We look forward to the possibility of doing some amazing things with this incredible organization. I think that you see there on the technical analysis that it looks like we could have a 1-2. The buy point we gave in Discord is up 75 cents per Litecoin. And then if we parlay that right into this, maybe some bullish momentum on December 29th, as you're going to see a ton of things on YouTube, Twitter, whatever it may be, of images from the Litecoin logo during people watching the pay-per-view fight. Maybe this will get this a continued rally here for Litecoin and Litecoin Foundation. Now, if you are a Litecoin holder now, how do you feel about Litecoin spending money on this type of advertisement during this type of crypto market? If Bitcoin has not found its bottom and the bear market continues, these types of bullish news do not very much. You're going to see a little blip, and it's going to follow Bitcoin's trend regardless. Now, I don't know how much Litecoin Foundation paid for this advertisement slot, but I'm sure it is not very cheap if they're getting on the actual canvas. Do you personally think that this is money well spent? Do you think that this kind of advertisement will help push Litecoin and other cryptocurrencies to the forefront of people's minds and actually help the price action and utilization of these cryptocurrencies? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. Nonetheless, at least for a short term, I think the TA plus this FA are going to lead to a little bit of a price spike, a continued rally here for Litecoin over the next couple days. But once again, we'll see what Bitcoin has in store, and we'll see what Todd thinks about Bitcoin here in a second. On top of that, we'll do another news article real quick. KuCoin cryptocurrency exchange removes 10 tokens as they fail to maintain listing criteria. Singaporean crypto exchange KuCoin has announced the delisting of 10 cryptocurrency projects under its special treatment rule framework designed to ensure that only projects that meet and maintain certain criteria are listed on the platform. Now, why does this matter? Because if you own any of these cryptocurrencies I am about to read, the trading has been halted on KuCoin, but you only have until March 21st to withdraw them, or KuCoin has the ability to take all of your cryptocurrencies. So if you own Gibberell Network, WePower, Modium, ETHLend, STK, Ash, Bread, BitClave, or Mobius on KuCoin, log in and send them off ASAP. March 21st, KuCoin can steal, I mean, that's what I would call it, but they can theoretically take those coins, sell them, and bag all of that Bitcoin on their own. So need to keep up to date with delistings. So make sure to do that and check your wallets out to make sure you don't hold any of these on KuCoin. What's going on in the chat box over here? Heard you laughing.
We probably need to, we made it to 6,000 subscribers on the channel.
We did do that.
We are giving away a course, tomorrow night probably at 6:30?
Yeah, so make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We said when we hit 6,000 subscribers, I know we'll probably lose a few as we announce this. That's usually how these things kind of work, but we did hit 6,001. And we're going to go ahead and give away one of our Wyckoff cryptocurrency trading courses over at learncrypto.io. Go to learncrypto.io, go to the store here, cryptocurrencies and Wyckoff. You can see this is usually a $300 course. We have over 950 students and a ton of lessons on here talking about Wyckoff, talking about the software, everything you need to know to invest in yourself. This is the original teachings from Richard D. Wyckoff. This isn't a Nick Hellman course or a Todd Butterfield course, and we are giving that away for free. So in order to participate, you need to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section below. It can say whatever you want to say. Just leave a comment down there, and we will draw a random winner tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, or who knows, if I get off early again, whatever time we do a live show tomorrow. On top of that, since Rapids RPD has released their Telegram tip bot, I said that I would be doing giveaways for RPD in that tip bot. So we're going to have 2 winners for tomorrow's show. 1 comment will be chosen for the cryptocurrency and Wyckoff trading course, and 1 comment will also be chosen to win some RPD that I'll give to you over on Telegram. So we will have 2 winners. So this is one that you want to participate in. Leave a comment about whatever you want. Question, comment, concern. Maybe you love Rapids, hate Rapids, love Wyckoff, hate Wyckoff, whatever it may be. Like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment, and you are entered to win one of 2 giveaways for tomorrow's live show. There we go. What do we got going on? We got a lot of people saying bye, bye, bye. Bard says Mr. Wu Chopsticks is also a UFC sponsor. I'm still looking for the ticker in TradingView. And the Outlaw Preacher is surprised to see ETHLend on the list for KuCoin. KuCoin did say that the parameters essentially were if you have lack of liquidity, your team is falsifying claims, you haven't done any update to your project, or you're doing updates and not letting the exchange know. That is how you get on their list to get delisted. So I don't know if you own a lot of ETHLend, I would move it and maybe do a little research why KuCoin decided to delist that one in particular to see if maybe you should kind of sell out and rediversify those funds into other crypto projects. You got some charts over there?
Well, I'm just going to quickly go through a few stock ones since we tend to do that now recently. We had the Dow down over 600 Monday, and right now we are up 563. So kind of recovering from Monday's sell-off. That's shown here on the Wyckoff wave chart. We did mention on our weekend review to use the weakness to buy some strong stocks. So we did do that in Monday's opening, which would have been the left red hash right here. So we've got a few profits. Also, I think with stocks rallying, the TLT will turn down. It's trying to do that as we speak. Be nice to see a little more weakness. Technometer's at 45. So right now I'm long stocks, short bonds. The dollar index, we gave the sell on that at the day of the exact high up here at 26.05. I think the top's in there. I think that'll continue to break down. Precious metals. We didn't like this action and actually got stopped out on the way down here. And today looks like a higher test on lower volume, but not good action there. And then probably one I was going to show. I did do a video an hour or two ago. This is Boeing. I went through a few stocks. Boeing, this is kind of, to me, looks like some longer term reaccumulation possibly. And maybe we just tested the previous spring. So I like the way Boeing here, especially if this low today can hold. And then Square, one that we've been waiting on. If you go
one
back,
that you've been waiting on. I had a butt ton of it, and I missed that last sell signal. So I've just been hodling through this, unfortunately.
The last sell was at 83. And we just
Yikes.
came down and got a buy. I got this on the way to my parents for Christmas. And it was around 51.40, really. Anything below 51.40, the technometer was down to 38 and change. So I pulled the buy signal there. We've had a good day today. You know, might want to use a stop. I got a stop below the low of 49.82. So trade that how you wish. But all these oversold buys have turned into pretty good gains. So I would expect Square to lead us back up. And maybe we go back and kiss this 64 level on the uptrend line that gave away. Not sure. It's going to have to take out some downtrend lines here as well. So I'm just bullish at thinking it's going to work higher. And
we got some people wanting you to take a look at ADA and NEO.
I'm going to do one more here. Union Pacific. The dash blue is a longer term uptrend line, and we did come down and kind of spring that. And we also sprang these levels. So I think Union Pacific, out of the Wyckoff wave components, could also lead us higher. So, and what did you say, Litecoin?
ADA and NEO.
ADA,
if you guys have any cryptocurrencies you want Todd to take a look at on TradingView and the chart, right now is your chance. We're going to be looking at Cardano ADA as well as NEO, usually on the daily and 5-minute. So throw those out there. We'll see which cryptocurrencies you should be hodling, selling, or buying at their current levels.
I mean, there's the ADA. So, technometer is at 48, but the OP has been doing very well. You can see it's at a new high for the move off the low. So that will give you an overbought technometer, but that means buying is coming in. So there's the trading view. I think that's showing kind of what I've been discussing. If you do Elliott wave, this could be an ABC down, ABC up, and then 5 waves down for a flat correction. So the low could be in there. I mean, short-term traders, like I did on Litecoin this morning, I would probably buy these things with stops at these lows they made 4 hours ago or so. And NEO's going to look a little different. Looks a little bit more like Ethereum. Had the big run up here and decent correction, but I think NEO looks probably more bullish than. Let's go to NEO USD. The software's a little slower on this computer. It just continues, and I've got a lot of tabs closed. Same thing, we got a 48 technometer. After almost, it did catch some overboughts, but I think the lows are in. You've had some good green bars to the upside. So I still think on all these charts we've done a 1-2 or we've done an AB, which means there's another advance coming. And just see how that one acts and how that one, if it brings in any volume.
Todd said it's gonna pump.
So that would mean that, once again, that we've done, this is maybe a 1 up and a 2. And we could just come up here and master on the 1150 level. And then that might be it for, some type of correction, or maybe we've made the major lows for the year and going to keep working higher.
We got some people over here. Harsh says, will the ETH hard fork be an upgrade or would it be similar to Ethereum Classic? It is actually going to be an upgrade to the underlying Ethereum protocol. You're not going to be getting any free coins. Ethereum will be switching from proof of work to proof of stake. So we'll see how that affects their network as far as security is concerned. I don't think it's going to be a 100% switch at first, but we'll see as we get more details. But once again, great for the development of Ethereum. The concerns I've had all year as the prices continued to sell off was the bear market, plus ICOs panic selling Ether, plus it having scalability issues and competition from other protocol coins such as Ethereum Classic, EOS Neo, and others. Ethereum is trying to make big strides with this Constantinople hard fork in order to go to a proof of stake and increase scalability, transactions, reduce transaction fees, etc. So we'll see what happens with that. But once again, it is just a protocol upgrade, not a hard fork where a new coin will come into play. Joseph Cardone says, love you guys. I have much to learn and would love to win your course. Not to mention, I want to make those big gains. Well, shout out to you, Joseph. Make sure to leave a comment and be subscribed to the channel. And you have a chance to win our Wyckoff cryptocurrency trading course or some Rapids RPD for tonight's show. If you do not win, reach out to us and I'm sure we can work on getting you a discount since you are willing to invest in yourself and take a look at the Wyckoff and cryptocurrency trading course on learncrypto.io. What else we got going on? We got the Outlaw Preacher said, I just had a vision of Todd driving to the parents for Christmas, slamming on the brakes and making trades on the shoulder of the highway. That's pretty funny. The market was closed, but the crypto market is always open. You never know when you got to pull over, log into Coinbase or Binance and make a trade. The funny thing is, when the ZRX was announced that it was listed to Coinbase, I was actually at a business meeting out to lunch for my day job. And I was like, hey, guys, I got to go to the bathroom. And I put in some orders to sell at the highs there, sent out a tweet with some of my price targets, etc. Pretty funny. They were like, what's been going on? You were in there a while. I was like sitting there trying to log into Binance and drag that dang puzzle piece and put in the 2FA and all that. That's hilarious.
What's up, Tommy Boy?
Somebody wants to take a look at LTC, BCH, and I thought, a new person, the coin is in here, wanting you to take a look at XLM.
I mean, XLM is kind of the same. Most of these charts can look the same. Technometers are somewhere around 42 to 48. We've had 5 waves up and working on some type of correction. So I think... same type of thing. This is the high of a 1, and we've done an ABC. Volume is still supportive. There's been no real divergences on the way up. A couple small ones on a few coins, but nothing to, I don't think, take you out of a long position. So I think still higher.
What about BCH? What do you like on that one? What's that looking like? You think we're ever going to recover that pre-snapshot price that we were looking to sell there? Or do you think that BCH and Bitcoin SV kind of beat each other up a little too much?
I think those are all, same thing. Those charts are, some type of strong impulse rally and an ABC pullback. So I still think they all go higher.
So right now you think that a lot of these coins are really correlating with each other and, of course, correlating with Bitcoin. Yep. A lot of the charts you're pulling up look almost identical, really, where you can put the same Elliott wave or Wyckoff counts on those. I guess really the only thing that's a little different is the volume pattern for some of these, making some a little less bullish than others. But I think I'm still currently looking at what you have marked right there. The 3440 level is key on Bitcoin. Right. As long as 3440 can hold on Bitcoin, I think all this price movement still remains bullish, or you can write it up as bullish. If we break that 3440, I think the probability of new lows exponentially grows, and I think that becomes much more of a reality. And I think, Todd, I don't know if you agree with me, but if that 3440 breaks, I think we're heading to like the 2.8 to 3.2K Bitcoin range.
And I've been trying to call that wave 4 low all year, which takes us to new highs. I mean, 3440 was important when it came through here. I really think 3588, I wouldn't really want to see that overlapped. Off the lows, we had some good green bars here. And that's the same on the software because this is only Bittrex. We don't look at really a trading view with just one exchange volume. But we had good volume from the exchanges aggregated. And then, we had some red bars here. But again, it hasn't done any real damage below 3,700. So I still like this chart as we sit here right now.
And I mean, here's the thing. I am a bull. You guys know I'm a bull on the space. I work for an institutional financial advisor, and I see the macro fundamentals being created for the cryptocurrency space as far as hedge funds approaching some of us and managers and clients, etc., and what's going on that side of the industry. And I know how much money is in the traditional space. And even if they say break off 3 to 5%, that is going to be astronomical for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And even for myself, if you're in my Discord, you know exactly when I got cash in my Coinbase, how much I have in there, and I'm still struggling to pull the trigger at these levels. So I can't even imagine the feeling right now for bears, and they're going to continue to wait. But what that tells me is when this bottom is confirmed, or really the market sentiment changes, are really just the big dogs, the institutional players, the JP Morgans, the BAKKT, the ErisX, the TD Ameritrade, they decide they want to start putting money into marketing, since their infrastructure will be built, into marketing their platforms and getting their investors to invest in cryptocurrencies. This thing is going to rally and rally hard, because at some point the bears are still interested in the space. They'll be putting their money, clicking that buy order, and trying to hop on board with the FOMO as well. So, I mean, I'm still keeping an eye and trying to key off that 3440 level. I told myself if we got a confirmation, if we closed above 4,400 Bitcoin, that kind of confirmed to me with a new localized high right there, a higher high on the one-day chart, that I think that the rally can continue. So I'm kind of trying to key off those two levels to make a decision. But really, dollar cost averaging is the smartest and least stressful way to do things, and I don't think that you'll regret that either way. So, really all I'm trying to get at is I'm a super bull here, and it's hard for me to pull the trigger. I can't imagine the bears right now, and when they have to decide to actually hit that buy button, what that's going to do for the price action of these coins.
Shit, they're trying to figure out their shorts.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to figure out. All I really see on Twitter is a lot of people trying to do shorts. So I want to show, this is the Bitcoin USD consolidated volume from up to 96 exchanges. So you can see here off the lows, when we had nice, consistent, increasing volume, and nothing dramatic on the downside. And you can see with the OP, same thing, which is taking this net. It had the good rally off the bottom. If we go to the 5-minute, hold on, because that's a 1-week chart. Got to go to the 1 month to see it. Vladimir's made some changes I've needed, so pretty happy about that. So there's the price off the bottom, and you can see again down here, looks like you've kind of had 5 waves up on the volume down below, which is the OP. And then we've been sideways since. And then maybe volume's trying to dig out here again. So I just think this is good volume coming in. We've held sideways here, and maybe another rally to come. So
I see a lot of familiar names, but a lot of people saying this is the first time catching live in a while as their European viewers. Well, shout out to you guys for taking advantage and catching us live finally. Feel free to ask questions. Now, at this time, let's do a community poll. Do you guys think we're going to see 3K or 4K Bitcoin first? $3,000 or $4,000 Bitcoin first? What do you guys think? We got Tommy Boy here that says, can we see a small ABC correction on Bitcoin? Next move is B up to 4,000, then down to 3,500 for C. Next move could be to buy back the next resistance at fib level 0.618, around $5,200.
Tommy Boy, I think we've already seen that ABC. Is what you'd be saying then. I presume what you're saying is that this was a rally and we're headed down for an A, we're doing a B, and then down for a C to 3,500. But with the volume, I kind of look at the volume, and I really think the 5-wave rally ended here or here, and you've already had the ABC completed. So that's why I'd be a buyer here. So I think you've already done an ABC, a regular flat. And because of the volume, I mean, this rally here was showing that there was no volume coming in, so that rally was suspect. But it just came down and ticking out these levels and came down to previous 4th wave support. So it kind of did, what had been really looked for. So I think we've already done the ABC.
There we go. Let's see what people are saying over here. We say a 4K, 5K, 4K, 4K, 3K. Looks like a lot of people are more bullish. We got Keeney in here, says, if we go down to 3K, then we are heading to $1,000. What do you think about that, Todd? If we hit 3K, do you think we're jumping to 1,000?
I don't think so.
I personally don't think so either. Actually, if we go to the bear side and break that 3440, I'm targeting 2,800 to 3K as the new localized low there on the chart, at least for the daily. I don't see us going to 1,000 unless the fundamentals on Bitcoin change dramatically or some kind of catastrophic event occurs. I think there's way too many buyers here around the 28 to 3,000. I mean, go to any exchange right now, go to the order books and see how many buy orders there are between 2.5K and 3K. There are a ton, and I just don't think that the bears will be able to eat through all of that. We got 4K, 4K, 3K, 4K. Looks like it's kind of even, but leaning bullish here with what's the current Bitcoin price sitting at right now, 3,800?
Hold on, because I'm getting ready to answer a gentleman's question on LA Wave.
Clifford Chapman says, too many bulls for 1K. And Charles Patterson says, which coins did KuCoin delist? I think I did a tweet about it, so I'll pull that up as well, and then we'll let Todd look at the charts real quick. Where is that tweet? This is who they delisted right here, my friend. JNT, WPR, MOD, Lend, STK, XASBRD, Cat, and Moby. The only runs I think any of you probably even own or that we've ever talked about really is ETHLend, which is kind of a surprise. I think we might have an individual in our community taking a deeper look as he is a holder to why they decided to get delisted. Again, KuCoin said that they would delist coins based on A, lack of liquidity, B, kind of lies coming out of the team, C, no updates on the code, the network, or the project. That can get you delisted. So hopefully for ETHLend, if you are a holder, it is the least of the three evils, would just mean a lack of liquidity, as many coins are seeing their volume drop significantly during this bear market. What you got over there, Todd? You're on.
I wanted to go, what was it? Harsh Panda. Want to know a B correction would be a lower high rather than a higher high. And for LA Wave, no. I mean, it can be an irregular flat. An irregular flat is an ABC down, ABC to a new high. That's the B wave there. And then this will be 5 waves down to a new low. So a B wave can go to a new high and an irregular flat. And that's the way I was counting it. Because back to the software, you can see that volume did not come in at this B wave high. Down here, it was making still a lower high than back here on the volume, which maybe gave you a tip off that was a B wave. And then you need 5 waves down. So you could have counted this somewhat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possibly, back down to previous 4th wave support. So easy to count that ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm seeing a lot of people counting Elliott wave that makes no absolute sense. Whoever's doing that shit hasn't read a book on Elliott wave, hasn't spent 1 hour studying it, because they're calling waves that is against all rules of Elliott wave.
Crispy Glass is hearing some thoughts that a bottom of a bear market shouldn't give us so many chances to buy the low, hence an expectation of a single capitulation candle to 2,800 to 3,000 range, quick and a bounce. What do you think about that, Todd?
I mean, I somewhat agree with that. I mean, it could be a rounding bottom. They're never the same. But yeah, normally you don't get too many chances to buy. I don't think a lot of people bought 3,100 to 40, to 4,200. So I think your chance to buy is just been the last day and a half or so.
And
yeah.
I missed that 3,100 by 12 hours thanks to Coinbase taking 6 days to process the cash.
So I think if that's right, then we're going to come out of here screaming to the upside and not give you a chance. I don't think anybody chased it thus far. No one's worried about the upside. So I think we got to run right here, right now to leave everybody behind.
Thomas Galley says, what do you think about BAKKT? Approve? I think BAKKT is going to be the first bull catalyst for the turnaround of this market. People are like, oh, but it's just futures. We've had Bitcoin futures. Well, not technically. The current futures are USD settled, which really doesn't help the underlying asset, Bitcoin, and really just puts downward pressure on that asset. But BAKKT is going to be at physically delivered futures, meaning that the futures contracts will settle in Bitcoin, therefore taking Bitcoin off the open market, and it is a finite supply resource or a finite asset with 21 million to ever exist. So I think that really helps dry up some of the liquidity, get you the supply and demand curve going in a positive direction, and once again will put Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to the forefront of traditional investors, getting more players into this space. We got to 20K off of a 5% of retail investors getting into the space. What happens when 50% of retail investors are in? A big portion of these traditional companies start moving in, etc. We've talked about in the past, Grayscale, a tiny institutional firm, owns something like 1% of the total Bitcoin to ever exist. They own 210,000 Bitcoin. What happens when some big players like Goldman Sachs are backed, or any of these need to get their cryptocurrencies on their books? The supply dries up, price can only go one direction, especially if utilization continues to increase. We have seen a record-breaking number of wallets downloaded in 2018, even with the bear market. So I think that utilization aspect is increasing, and utilization of a network usually drives the underlying value of that network. I think that's going to occur on a lot of these cryptocurrencies. Spoyd B says, Litecoin in the UFC? Question mark. That's awesome. Yes, they're actually going to be, you'll be seeing this Saturday, December 29th, a big Litecoin logo on the canvas, front and center, as well as around the stadium for the John Jones UFC 232, I believe it is, pay-per-view fight. So that is an interesting feat there. I also think that Pivx, a privacy coin with masternodes, is sponsoring Cyborg, which is I believe the women's UFC champion. She'll be fighting as well. I wonder if she'll have Pivx on her trunks. That should be interesting. Pivx on her trunks. Or whatever they call it. What are we going to call it? A singlet or trunks? I don't know what she's wearing, a sports bra.
I'm going to go back to, again, I look at Bitcoin USD, Bitcoin USDT. So if we go to Bitcoin USDT, the picture is different. We did support the rally into the highs, and then we've had the correction here. So that would make... Yeah, that would go back and agree with the gentleman that this is 5 waves up. We've done an A down. I guess I would think we come back up near the highs and then come back down to this support again. More of a flat here, not really a deep correction to 3,500. But again, then it would be labeled like this. It would have been the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've done an A, up for a B, and then down over here for a C. And then the third wave also broke down. So all that would tell you is that 36.25 or so is support, which would be just below these lows. So again, we rally up here for a day, come back down. If this would happen, then I think my technometer would give me a buy signal as well. So I wouldn't be worried by that. It'd just be if this rally later today, tomorrow gets a little labored and doesn't really go, because if my previous count means that we're ready to really move to the upside, if we don't do that, then I would agree that maybe we've done 5 waves into this high and we're working on an ABC correction.
Kodota says, do you all think we'll see an $80 Ethereum again?
I don't.
I probably do not. I think the recent rally kind of shows investor confidence back in Ethereum. Now, if Bitcoin does go to new lows, you're going to see a sell-off in Ether, but I don't know if we're going to get back to the 80 level. I think if we have a sell-off in Bitcoin and we get the $100 or sub-$100 Ethereum once again, I would be going heavy into Ethereum with the news that they are upgrading the underlying protocol with the Constantinople hard fork. This is something I've been saying all year that they needed, as they need to compete with these other protocol tokens and protocol platforms. We have somebody else that said, I like to use the Cash App to buy Bitcoin versus Coinbase. I have the Cash App as well. So when I do a service for somebody and they want to pay me, I say, hey, get the Cash App and send me cash or send me Bitcoin. Either way, if they send me cash, I just buy Bitcoin. But the thing is, I don't like to do big purchases on the Cash App for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's still a little new. You can't really trade on there as far as looking at the chart. It's just kind of a miniature chart on your phone. You can buy and sell. But also, you don't own the underlying there. You can't send Bitcoin from your Cash App to your desktop wallet. You can't even send it to another exchange wallet to then buy altcoins. Essentially, it's kind of like Robinhood, where you can just buy and sell. You can trade as a trading platform. But you do not hold the private keys, and you can't even send the Bitcoin out of that application, at least as of now, I believe. So that's why I don't really buy big sums of Bitcoin via the Cash App. Now, for something easy to trade or that I can convert the cash on the fly and spend, yeah, it's great. Anthony says you can withdraw now. Well, there you go. I need to take a look at that. Take a look at the underlying fees behind that, but I know you don't hold the private keys, but if you can withdraw, then you can send that to your desktop wallet. I think Anthony or somebody else was also saying ZRX is looking bullish here, Todd. Now, maybe you can pull up a chart for ZRX. A few days ago, I put in Discord that the reason that I'm interested in looking for an entry on ZRX, obviously we like the project. We've done some trading on the Coinbase Pro listing and the Coinbase listing. But the reason it interests me now is Coinbase is doing something called Coinbase Earn. If you type in coinbase.com/earn, it will redirect you to a different Splash homepage. They are actually giving away ZRX $1 per video. They have 3 2-minute videos teaching you about ZRX. Some of it's about value propositions and what the token will be used for. You will earn $1 worth of ZRX for each video you watch. Well, why does that matter, Nick? Okay, cool. You earn $3 of ZRX. That's not going to affect the market price. I don't think that's going to affect the market price because that would be a very small amount, even if millions of people do it. But what I do think affects the market price is now with Coinbase Earn, Coinbase is going to be promoting ZRX as right now it is the only asset they're doing these videos for. That means all current users are going to be watching some pretty good videos. I watched them, and it really helps you envision what ZRX could be used for and where the value can be created. On top of that, if new retail investors get into the space and watch these videos, they're going to not only like ZRX and believe in ZRX because they have a good understanding of it in about 6 minutes, but also unit bias will come into play. They'll see ZRX is 30 cents, Bitcoin is $5,000. People don't really know the mathematics behind market capitalizations. They will rather buy whatever it is, 10,000 ZRX over 1 Bitcoin any day of the week, plus that bullish bias from these videos. So I think from a fundamental perspective, that could lead to some higher prices here in the near-term future for ZRX. What are the charts looking like, Todd?
Well, first, I got like 3 things I'm trying to do here at the second. But first, I'm going to show the EOS because we was talking about there in Discord. I wanted to buy a 245 to 250 because I thought we'd come down here and catch this previous support. We did spring that down here at that was a 249 or so, 248. So again, I think we've done a 1-2 there on EOS. I was going to give a shout out. Didn't Taj say, I think when I gave a sell on Square at 83, he said he was going to 50, and I said I didn't think that would happen. Well, we did touch 49.83, 49.82 yesterday. I did buy that. The technometer never did give us a buy until this. So we do have a quick $2.50 made there. And I think we're going higher. Right now, the Dow's up 661. So we've recovered Monday's losses. So I think we're higher on stocks. So, and ZRX. I mean, again, same type of chart as all these. Whether you call this the 5 waves up, ABC down, or whether this was a high and we did an irregular flat. So irregular flat's way more bullish. A lot of coins couldn't come down and even catch these lows over here, which means they're ready to ignite. So I think you got to be long here and just decide whether there's one more pullback. Be my guess.
Hitman thinks this coin is going to moon.
Oh, that is funny.
There is ZRX USD. You can see volume a little light on the rally. So like Bitcoin USD was, new highs on price, volume didn't come in. So that made that rally a little bit suspect. Let's see if BTC gives us anything. Shout out to Javi. He's in St. Louis, I believe. And same type of chart there, really. It did go to new highs on the move, so not as exciting, but I still think higher with all the other coins.
Javi was supposed to maybe meet up with us. I haven't heard from him. I guess he's in St. Louis just now. Is he?
He is.
So we trying to meet up with him at some point over the next couple days?
Yep. I'm going to. I don't know whether we're inviting you or not.
Let's see here. Joseph Cardone says, what's your thoughts on proof of keys, which is occurring on January 3rd, guys? Do you think that everyone will really pull all coins off the exchanges to see if exchanges can cover it, to expose them not really having the coins? Well, there's a couple things to talk about. I know Todd has his opinion as far as what it's going to do for price. But the proof of keys, a lot of people think this is the first time this has happened, but really this is like the 5th or 6th year of proof of keys. Each and every year, due to the increased amount of users, the amount of coins that have been pulled off the exchanges, our participating wallets is how they calculate it, has increased each and every year. So I think this year probably will stay with the trend and be the largest year for people to pull off their cryptos. I don't think everybody will participate, as not everybody ever really does. But I think it's also important. It's important that people understand how to send their coins to desktop wallets, have ownership of their coins. If it's not your keys, it's not your coins. Meaning if you don't have a private key for your Bitcoin, technically if something happened, even if it is the most regulated exchange in Coinbase, they could technically freeze your account, or you get locked out, or you lose your 2FA, or whatever it may be. But if you have your private key, you can then get access to your Bitcoin on any computer from anywhere in the world. I think more people are going to do it. Do I think that everybody's going to do it? No. Do I think some exchanges might get caught up? Possibly. Maybe that's what's led to this multi-day rally here, as some exchanges kind of fear that people will pull coins off, and therefore they're having to market buy some coins to make sure they have the proper holdings. What do you think's going on there, Todd? I think you're going to talk about rehypothecation and what that has potential to do for price as well.
And I'd said there a week or so ago at the lows, I thought, if anything, it'll just add to short covering if they have loaned out their Bitcoin. So I think that just still pushes us a little bit higher. So I don't think that many people myself will move their coins like that. I mean, some of it will happen, and I think that's maybe why we rallied even here recently. So QJ, Nick, and I are talking about that. So,
and then also, my opinion there is the fact of the matter is there isn't a lot of liquidity on the markets right now, not a lot of volume. But if, say, hypothetically 80% of people did take off their coins, say hypothetically that all the exchanges did have the coins, I think what that does is if there is a fundamental news, macro fundamentals or TA or anything bullish, and people are trying to buy, the price is going to explode higher, at least on the short term, because of that lack of liquidity and downward pressure. Now, I have heard it the other way. So although I listed 2, 3, 4 things on why the proof of keys is actually bullish, there is one thing that could be bearish. That could be the headlines. Meaning, if people do pull all their cryptocurrencies off, several cryptocurrency exchanges don't have enough coins and find themselves in some trouble, the media is going to run with those headlines. And I think that you are going to see at least a couple days of FUD there, driving some bad red candles on the charts. So we'll see what happens. I think there's more bullish that comes out of the proof of keys than bearish. But if there are several, especially if it's tiny exchanges, I don't think it affects it. But say it's a Binance or a Coinbase or a Ubit or a Bittrex or Bitfinex doesn't have enough coins, that's going to be a bad.
Easy does it.
That's going to be a bad headline, and I think going to cause some panic in the market at least for a day or two.
But if they have loaned it out, then that means they're oversold it, so they need to buy it. So, yeah, the news would probably be put out there that it's bearish, but it'd be bullish.
I got one more news article, and then if you guys have any more charts for Todd, let's see those on the software because I'm interested in seeing what's going on with the software as well. But is the banking industry coming to an end? A lot of banks in the UK are looking a little weary of the fintech adoption going on across the globe. Some of that fintech is not crypto related, but as we know with Cash App and others, some definitely is crypto related. Fear of fintech future. UK bankers afraid of the disruption. A new report on the UK banking industry has identified fintech startups as a key potential disruptor in the eyes of the industry's biggest participants. The report polled respondents in an attempt to find out how traditional financial institutions view the growing prevalence of services provided by fintech companies in relation to their existing customer base and future business prospects. The banks expect that fintech adoption will continue to race toward a critical mass of majority usage as illustrated in the figure below. This figure here is to tickle in my throat. The percentage of banking customers expected to use non-traditional financial service firms in the next 2, 5, and 10 years. In 2 years, they expect that 37% of their customers will no longer use Bank of America. Instead, they'll switch over to Square, the Cash App, Robinhood, or some of these other options. As we know, Robinhood has even said that they will have banking applications for the 10 or 15 states in which they now accept, meaning you can have your savings account or a checking account through Robinhood and earn far greater interest rate returns than that of the traditional bank. 93% of survey respondents agreed that over the next 5 years, their business and revenue models will have to undergo fundamental changes if they are to survive and coexist with these fintechs. I think this is the biggest thing that gets lost by cryptocurrency enthusiasts now, is that cryptocurrency and Bitcoin was created in reaction to the bank bailout and the market crash of 2008. It was also meant to be your own bank, to be against the grain, against the mammoth of the Fed and the overprinting of money causing inflation, and to have code as law, have a set inflationary rate, and once again remove third-party fees and the timing for international transactions. I think the banks are a little scared because these options, like I said, Robinhood, Square, are just two simple examples where you can use it for fiat currency or cryptocurrency a lot quicker, a lot less fees, and all via your mobile application. I think banks maybe find themselves in trouble, especially depending on how the UUP, the dollar, if that strength continues to decrease, or God forbid if something happens like happened in Brazil, Venezuela, Turkey, Iraq, where simply the monetary system collapses altogether. You got some charts over there, Todd, or what are people saying in the comment section? QJ over here wants Factum, Waves, and Strat. Retrace targets if we see a retrace.
Hold on here a second. I'm going to look at Microsoft while I got the stocks in front of me. I mean, there's Microsoft. Same thing. I'm a little bit friendly, so that would be a spring and an uptrend here. Got a little deep yesterday, but that would have been expected with the Dow falling apart. So I think I'd be long Microsoft here, and I'd even key off the low of today. I think there's more upside. Dow's up 700, but I did a video earlier today. I think there's, we've got some type of rally here, so I'd give us some room. So still higher on Microsoft. There's Waves USD.
Can we go to full screen by chance?
I guess on a pullback, I think probably they're doing it here. So I don't think there's going to be, this is the 1 month wave instead of the 1 week. I mean, I'd probably call this some type of A down. This could be a triangle ending over here. And then we had another move down. So I think waves could hold right here and just continue higher. I mean, made a high almost $5, and we just did a 330 or 340 or so. So I think waves looks good now.
What about Factum was another one, and Strat?
Strat USD.
Man, that software is kicking out data. For those of you new to the channel, this software, essentially what it is a Wyckoff proprietary software created by Todd. Todd owns Wyckoff Stock Market Institute, did this for the stock market, now doing it for cryptocurrencies. Essentially, it aggregates price, time, and volume from 96 of the top crypto exchanges. As you know, different exchanges have different volumes, pricing, etc. This aggregates it all together, gives you the average output there on a 5-minute basis. So truly, if you're doing technical analysis, especially Wyckoff, where volume and time are so important, this is what you need to be looking at. Hopefully, it's working for us now. We can get it available to subscribers or you guys here in the near future.
Yeah, it's definitely working like it's supposed to. So Latimer finally went in and made it happen. So, I mean, Strat, I don't know. That's a tough one. Factum, came off the highs pretty heavy. But I guess I would lean, probably this is major support in Factum. So probably a decent place to move back in, I would think. I don't know. Let's look at this chart here. I mean, this is a support I was talking about. Not as strong to the upside. Did have this huge move earlier, though. So I guess I would just think that had a pretty big move, but I'd be comfortable with owning it here.
What else is going on, guys? Do you guys have any more? We've been live for over an hour now. If you guys any more fundamental questions, technical analysis questions, news questions, let us know. We can discuss it. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We are doing 2 giveaways today. One, for hitting 6,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away one of our Wyckoff and cryptocurrency trading courses from Learn Crypto. The other, since Rapids RPD did release their Telegram tip bot, we'll be giving away some RPD via that tip bot. In order to participate, you need to subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section below. We'll choose 2 random winners tomorrow during our live show. I would say 6:30 p.m. Central Time, but who knows? Maybe I'll get off early due to the holidays once again, and we'll try to do an earlier show. That way we give it a chance to some of these Europeans that are in the live show today to tune in live once again tomorrow.
I just saw an article come across. Can the OTC market actually have a significant impact on the Bitcoin price? And I think what that, they're saying, like, if you come in with a $4 million order, you're going to run the price up 10%, which nobody's going to want to do. So the trading's over quietly on the OTC market where they can find somebody that would have $4 million to sell. So I personally don't think it has a significant impact per se, but it's going to, it matters where all these Bitcoins are going. If they're going to institutions, it's going to hodl. I mean, they're taking this Bitcoin off the market. So that means the rally coming would happen much easier because there won't be as much supply. So I just think the OTC market's moving Bitcoin into stronger hands again on these lower prices.
Double T Crypto is in the house. I think we need to look at a Digibyte chart. Welcome to the channel, Double T Crypto. Don't be afraid to chime in, comment, question, concern. Feel free to be lively. Although we do not have as many live viewers as usual, as because our time is 5 minutes early, as well as we probably didn't get many notifications sent out since Todd did do a recorded stock video earlier today. Thanks for tuning in, and everybody who didn't catch us live, hopefully you're enjoying the recording as well.
Clifford said it is investment advice. Hold some gold.
Let's run a quick disclaimer while Todd looks at the Digibyte chart, and we'll be right back.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns.
What do we got there? Let's go full screen. Let's see what Digibyte's doing. This is one that I've been talking about for a long time. I've sat down with Josiah several times. I like the fundamentals on Digibyte and the fact that they're expanding into other value propositions in the security field, the peer-to-peer field, as well as the protocol layer field with Digi assets. This is one when you have spare change, I think you should throw some in Digibyte. With $1 right now, you can get over 100 Digibyte.
I've had some good volume coming in. You can see the OP continues to hit new highs. Technometer is extremely overbought, so still could try to rest here. So maybe it's done an AB. But if these things have turned, there again, the OP new high here. So maybe we'll work on an ABC. Technometer here is much more oversold.
Whoa.
So
that's crazy. That is crazy oversold for even a perk up in price action there.
Here's DGB BTC.
The Outlaw Preacher said Tone Butterfield hates DGB, Todd's evil twin.
I still think we've done 5 ways up. We're working on a correction before another run higher. So that's all I would say. Like all these coins. And then we've got Bitcoin still 37.70, not moving.
Ricardo says Digibyte or TRX will have more of a future. Well, I mean, TRX I was never really fond of, although they're developing a little more and they're getting more users. I think that DGB, as far as price action is concerned, will probably outpace Tron just for the mere fact of market dynamics. Tron is already super high, already had all the hype built in. Its market valuation, I don't know off the top of my head, but it's something probably like 10x that of Digibyte right now. I think Digibyte has a little more room to grow. During the next bull market, with Digibyte expanding from just a UTXO competing with Litecoin and Bitcoin to a security-based token, security-based coin because of DigiID, where they can use the Digibyte blockchain for security instead of a 2FA, as well as Digibyte creating Digi Assets, which will be a protocol layer on the Digibyte blockchain where people can build dApps, ICOs, etc., just like you can on Ethereum. I think that is going to really put Digibyte to the forefront as far as the news cycle is concerned during the next rally. Really, with a lot of these, Todd is saying he's looking higher from these levels. Everything is really correlating highly together besides a few outliers. So right now, the market or Bitcoin is going to dictate the short-term price action, but development in the underlying project is going to dictate the long-term of these projects. And I think as far as multiples, that Digibyte will have a higher multiple than TRX, at least in the midterm.
Dow up 750.
Oh.
Big 5% rallies on a lot of stocks here.
Julian is in the building. He says UK represent. This time is the best. Shout out to you, Julian. Glad you can finally catch us live. So I guess it is nice that we did do an early show today. We're seeing some different faces coming back here who haven't been able to catch us live in quite a while.
And they've got wrenches, so they're all of our normal followers, just not here on a good time. Shout out to everybody in here.
Wall Australian wants you to look at the QTUM chart if possible. He says thoughts, low circulating supply, high dollar volume, still no pumpsies. Factum and Waves got all the attention. I think QTUM did see a little bit of a pump with their announcement of the Amazon partnership. I think QTUM also is going to see a Palm Beach Confidential pump here in the short term. Why do I say that? Well, Palm Beach Confidential is targeting passive income generating cryptocurrencies, and I think QTUM, with being a POS coin with the Amazon tie, is going to be on that list of the top 10 coins. And I think that you're going to start to see more of their investors move into the space, hodl for the long term, because they're going to be staking for those dividends as well. Now, maybe Todd can paint you a better picture from the technical perspective by looking at the chart.
I mean, it's been a little bit stronger here. Looks more like 5 waves up, and we've done an A, working on a B. But software does have it at oversold over here. So, you know, I had an error, though, on that, and it's not bringing up. Let me double check something. I had an error on loading data for quantum, so some of these coins are still loading data. Yeah, same thing there. I got to make Vladimir aware of a few errors, so I'm guessing quantum beat. No, it's not coming up. I can't help you on the software on quantum. But I still think here, 5 waves up, you know, maybe up to 280, 290, down one more time to this major support at 220. Preferably we just go higher from here.
There we go. We got another person saying good time for the show. And we got Double T Crypto saying, hey, I'm just sandbagging right now. A lot happening and still waiting for the bottom to drop. Double T still thinks we're going to have that one more drop, and that would fall in line with if we break Bitcoin 3440, we're heading to 2.8K to 3K. What is your low prediction here, Double T Crypto, since you're waiting for the bottom to drop out? Where do you think Bitcoin is going to lead this market? What is that low going to be for the year? Shout out to Jet for donating $2 via Super Chat. Really appreciate that. Says, do you think Coinbase will ever list XRP? I think Coinbase wants to list XRP because of the trading fees. I think that there's either some kind of regulatory reason they have not, because XRP may be deemed a security in the future, and or there is a conflict of interest because Brian Armstrong or Coinbase did invest in Ripple Labs, which then created XRP, the cryptocurrency. So I think that is the only thing holding them back. If they get regulatory approval, since they are based in the United States, they have to follow some of the strictest regulation globally. If they get the approval, they would list it because the demand is there. They will get the trading fees from there, and they will get the trading volume. So we'll have to wait and see. They have not really been on the short list, and I think it is going to be that way for a while until XRP gets all these court cases figures out if it's going to be security or not, etc. Then XRP will not find its way onto Coinbase until that happens. They're not going to risk their spot at the top to list one crypto asset. That's for sure.
QJ, that was my, I've discussed that about trying to then add the USD, USDT together, and then maybe bring that up with the Bitcoin pair. I don't know. So that would be my guess. If you brought those two together, it could make it a little bit more reliable. I mean, those are things, I've spent all year begging to get the software done. So I think we're finally there. I'm still getting a few little errors I find, but, then I want to live with the software more and figure out if that's the case, should we add those together, etc. So those are things I'm going to try to put together, and hopefully we'll get another bull market here and we can ride these things up together again.
Ethereum Classic still leading the way in the top 100, up 12.31% today. Shout out to Ethereum Classic for
show me the money,
putting up a nice 80% gainer off the lows.
Mohan wants a chart on Lulu. So I did mention this on the video I did a couple hours ago, because I said here the last 4 or 5 days, holding up really well, and these recent buy sells have worked. So it'd been real easy to jump on this back here, or on Monday's opening like I did on a few stocks. So it's up $9 from there, taking out some of the short-term resistance. So I would think that continues higher.
There we go.
Maybe old Kramer is going to give a shit for using those buy. And then we'll just say, well,
All aboard!
Hop on the crypto train. We'll start having Kramer come in here and sit at this round desk we have at the end of the table.
right. So Lulu looks good. Like I said earlier, I mean, I think stocks still head higher here. Maybe there's going to be some year-end window dressing. I'd heard that there was some money got to come in. I forget the amount year-end here. So looks like some of that's coming in today.
Double T Crypto says, I would like to see at least one retest of $3,000 Bitcoin. We'll watch volume. If it breaks, I think it's possible we'll see panic selling. I'll be comfortable starting to re-enter slowly at 2,500 and under 3K. So it looks like Double T Crypto is not going to be buying his cryptos back up until a 3K Bitcoin. So hypothetically, if the low is already in, at what point do you start buying? At what level is your confirmation? For me, the confirmation I'm looking for, somebody did ask, what dictates to you, Todd, when the bull market has started and the bear trend has ended? For me, it's if we start to confirm and really close above that 4,400 level, setting new highs on the daily chart, at least in the past month or so. What is it for you? At what level do you say, all right, I think that's a good retest. I think we're confirmed that the low's in, and instead of a bear trend, that we're going to start seeing an uptrend and a bull trend here in the crypto market. What price levels will that be for you on Bitcoin?
I mean, this previous triangle I had marked was at 4,200, which stopped the rally day and a half ago. Then we got this triangle back here, and this is more 45.76, 4,600. So I guess I'd like to see 4,600 taken out. But then really I think we've done a 1-2, so I think any strength from here will be good. Rally above 4,200 will be excellent again. Then I would trail stops probably. So hopefully with the software I can just come up with better trading strategies. I mean, people have seen that on the stocks here. I mean, I've called about every move in the stocks recently off the same software. Just had to have it working for the cryptos and got to understand it and got to trust it. So
there you go.
I think the indicators from the software now is reliable. Now I just got to try to live with them a little bit more.
If you want to get some free information on Wyckoff, Todd is the president of Wyckoff SMI, Wyckoff Stock Market Institute. We're trying to apply that to cryptocurrency ecosystem. That's what we've been doing the past year or so. Head over to wyckoffsmi.com for free information, and you can learn about the optimism, pessimism, and technometer that you are seeing on the chart, the 3 proprietary indicators. And if you really want to learn more and invest in yourself, head over to learncrypto.io. We have a Wyckoff and cryptocurrency trading course that starts from the basics all the way to the most advanced and goes over the charting indicators. So when we go live, or if the software becomes available to you guys, you'll be able to dive right in. Over 950 current students. You have lifetime access. Any additional lessons we ever add, you get for free. And upon completion, you get a nice certificate of completion that you can hang right up next to your degree or any other certifications that you guys may or may not have on display at your house. What do we got going on? Chris Rock says, is Palm Beach legit or a pump and dump? It's definitely not a pump and dump. I can't comment much further than that. They provide a lot of research. They provide a lot of money and time and effort from a lot of individuals into the research and their I guess just, I'm not going to call it their trading strategy, but their investment strategy for stocks and for cryptocurrencies. They had buys on Bitcoin when it was sub 1,000, buys on Ethereum when it was about $4, etc. So I've been around for a while. Thorough research, and make sure to always get you involved in the right spot. Am I saying that you should go and sign up for it? That's not what I'm saying at all, but definitely not a pump and dump group. And for Double T, it looks like he gets more comfortable on 4,800. I would go in, I think, start re-averaging in if the 4,400 holds. If not, just being pumped by single whales. I love to see steady volume, not just spikes. And we got GreenZen99 saying that the ETH to BTC pair is creating a bull pennant. What do you think about that, Todd? Pull up the Ethereum to Bitcoin trading pair. Tell me if you see a bull pennant there or what your Wyckoff or Elliott wave count is. Any other good news? We went over several news, several fundamentals. Any other news that I'm really missing that you guys think is really important? Maybe we can discuss that real quick. before we head out of here. I like this early show because we're not rushed. I haven't had to work 9 hours today already, only about 4 or 5. So I feel fresh, and there's no major rush because I'm not like starving right now. If anything, I couldn't talk earlier because me and Todd chowed down on some Subway sandwiches, and I was like in a half of a food coma. Finally starting to burn that off now.
The problem is I got 22 minutes till stocks close.
Uh-oh. Got to make some trades.
Right, so I am going to be pressed here.
Getting done.
Here's Ethereum BTC. You're talking about this up here. You know, I guess I think there's a little bit more time here to make this work. And Ethereum has led the rally. That's why you're getting this flag up here. But that could be a triangle, or it could be A here and then a triangle, then a C down to this previous support. So I think it's too early to say that. But I do think Ethereum will lead the rally. So there's the same chart, the trading view. Good volume coming in here on the upside. Still some pretty big red bars here. But Ethereum had a pretty big run there. Caught a lot of people off guard. Because a lot of people were short that thing on Twitter on that move to 158 or whatever it was. Dow up 850. Whoa. 850 on the Dow Jones. Who's your daddy?
There we go. Somebody said that Chinese scientists synthesized a gold substitute for manufacturing. That is pretty huge for Bitcoin. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. I don't know what you think that would do for the price of gold. I know that gold traditionally holds a monetary or anti-inflationary commodity, but also it garnishes some value because it is used in electronics, your phones, your computers that you use every day. And if they truly created something that is just as good that they can synthesize in a lab, that would be interesting. At least eliminating one of the value propositions for gold in the future.
Australian can't drink today. It's too early for him.
Whoa, easy does it.
I don't trade enough palladium to make that comment, really. I'm not impressed by gold and silver short term. But Bard Scherf, I just don't trade palladium. Don't want to comment.
Clifford Chapman says, I love the show and everyone here in our crypto community. Well, shout out to you, Clifford. Well, I think that's about all we got. We've been live for like an hour and a half. We did some crypto technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. We try to be your one-stop shop for cryptocurrencies. Make sure to go to our YouTube homepage. We're not just live show people. We have recorded videos on stocks and crypto TA, reviews, interviews, and the list goes on and on. Recently, last weekend, I did an interview with Rob from Horizon. Check that out. Zen is bringing privacy to life. I also did a hangout session with Josiah Spackman of Digibyte Community, the New Zealand ambassador of Digibyte to be correct. So check that out as we talk about Digibyte, Rapids, crypto community, and so much more. Make sure to like the videos, guys. It helps us with the algorithm to keep getting subscribers. And lastly, we hit the 6,000 subscriber mark. So leave a comment in the comment section below for your chance to win one of those Wyckoff and cryptocurrency trading courses or some free RPD via the Telegram tipping bot.
And if you already have taken the course or purchased it, if you win it, we'll give it away to the next person if you want, or you give it away to somebody. Tell us who to give us an email address and we'll sign them up for it. So
that's what we got. I'm keying off that 3440 level for Bitcoin. Todd thinks that we're going to see higher prices here, at least maybe a B wave worst case scenario, but that would still be a rally, and then one more test of the midterm lows. But the other count is that the low is already in, guys, and maybe you should just be dollar cost averaging, starting to reaccumulate these coins at these levels, because let's be honest, everybody was interested in buying at 6K, and now we are sub 4K. The upside objectives are much higher. So are you going to fret over $500 here and there? Are you looking to the future, 2, 3, 4 years down the road, when Bitcoin is at $25,000, $35,000, or even $100,000.
Shout out to Clifford Chapman for the Christmas gift. What up, Clint?
There we go. Until next time, guys, stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies. That's all we got.
Out.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck, everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.
LearnCrypto.io is the pathway to your understanding of cryptocurrencies. At our website, you can learn about the grandfather of technical analysis, Richard D. Wyckoff, purchase our Cryptocurrencies and Wyckoff trading course, and read our daily updated blog. You can also find the link to our YouTube channel, where you will get technical analysis and fundamental research about cryptocurrencies on the daily. If you are too busy with family, retirement, work, or all of the above, then just click on our Crypto PCG link and allow us to manage your cryptocurrency portfolio for you. You give us trading APIs so we can enter orders and manage your portfolio, but cannot withdraw or transfer any of your coins or funds. We manage clients' portfolios for a respectable 3% annual fee, which is billed in 1/4 quarterly installments. Don't hesitate. Contact us today, because with these 24-hour, 7-day-a-week crypto markets, it helps to have a professional as a part of your team.